the thing that everybody's talking about and asking me about, which is the recall. First and foremost, I am still your mayor. I am going to keep my seat. I'm going to obtain my seat. What the Board of Trustees tried to do is try to remove me from office because I would not play politics here in the village of Dolton. I cannot be bought. I cannot be bossed. And I won't stand down to people that try to bully me.
People saying, well, these townspeople didn't do anything until now, they deserve it. No. The trustees and the people of Dolton have been fighting this woman ever since she's been elected. They tried to recall her, and they did. They voted to recall Hinyard.
Now to campaign 2022. In a recall fight in Chicago's south suburbs, people in the village of Dolton voted to kick the mayor out of office. But as CBS 2's Dermot Terry reports, the mayor is not going anywhere for now.
Now, because of a technicality, a judge let Hinyard finish out her term. So these people have been fighting ever since she was elected. They tried to get, that was literally like a couple of months or maybe a year after she was elected mayor. They've been trying to get her out.
When I said that, when I took over, it was so much corruption, ghost payroll, and everything going on in our community. And now that I'm trying to weed it out, they felt the need to remove me and put a puppet there because they felt they could control that individual. I was elected by the people a year ago, retaining 82% of the vote in the village of Dolton. So that's over half, y'all. So that means y'all wanted me as your mayor. When I say that every trick and negative thing in the book came out, it did. But one thing y'all should be proud of with me is I did not bash anybody. I did not put out any bad literature. I didn't waste my money like that. I basically talked about the things that I truly do in our community. I basically showed you my work. I show what my work consists of, which is always putting on for my community and creating things for my community.
Doing what you're doing. What makes me angry is I look at this. Where are my trustees? Where are they? I heard somebody was out there, one of the trustees was out there having words with somebody, but they should be in here with us. That bothers me because I've been a Dolton resident since before you were even a trustee. And she's been about the children before she even had her 3-year-old. You know, the people here in Dolton, we work hard. The people that are in Dolton that work for Dolton, they work hard. And what bothers me is I feel like these trustees ran on your coattail because they knew you were going to win. They all jumped on board. And within 2 months of her being in, they turned on her. Yeah. They turned on her. You had trustee. Now, the last time that I was here, I was trying to be nice, and I'm still going to be nice because that's my demeanor unless you piss me off. This one right here, Belcher, the mayor was out there giving backpacks out to children in last August. She was over there taking pictures of my house, the police, her house, and I walked over to her and wanted to know what was going on. Oh, I'm your trustee. And I'm like, okay, so who are you? I voted for her because she was on Tiffany's slate. That woman sat there and degraded Tiffany like you wouldn't believe. I can give you word for word. And I said, so she won't communicate with us. So what did you all do? Because we just hitting the 3rd month. And all of a sudden, she's doing something wrong? What is the problem? So I feel like it was a setup, Tiffany. And this is all a setup. They came here, they rode your coattail because they know you were going to win. Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't she run for mayor before? And she got what, 10 votes?
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Yeah,
I don't.
No. Yeah, she ran for mayor. She got 94 votes.
Right, right. But so they rode on your coattail to get here, and now that they're here, they turned on you within 2 months. That's what I see. But what I see here at this table are the people still working. Police is still there. Fire's still there. Stacy, you still there. Andrew, love you to bits. Love you guys.
That's the best way to educate the public instead of just doing something. December 6th, if I'm not mistaken, was the date. I'm trying to find it. Nope, I don't see it. December 6th, the Board of Trustees basically came in and they put a referendum question on a agenda, like how today's an agenda. And they voted for 3 questions, which was one was the mechanism to remove myself or recall me as mayor. And the second one is to remove me as office. And that's why you saw 2 separate questions on the ballot. On December 8th, we took a vote and we had a special board meeting at 10 a.m. on that day to basically have a meeting to talk about removing me from office. I told them that wasn't right. I told them that was backdoorish, and they should not have done that because the people was not available to talk about it. When I say we had a secret meeting at 10 a.m., that meeting lasts from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I have a problem with that, and you should too. I also told the Board of Trustees, if it's good for me, it should be good for you. They did not act themselves in this recall. It was only for the mayor. So that's what you call dictatorship. And that's why I keep trying to explain to the residents what has happened. Next, fast forward. Here we are. The stuff came on the ballot and we went to court. When I say that judge, and I love this judge, Keith, what was the judge name? Carcuda? Judge Carcuda was dead on. And I'm going to release the transcripts of what the judge did say. Do you remember word for word? No? You go speak in the mic. Because I want you to understand how fair this judge was when we went to court. I went to court and I said that the Board of Trustees was basically doing something that was unconstitutional, unethical as related to a recall. Normally when you hear about a recall, it's because someone done something wrong, like stole money, committed a crime. I haven't done any of those things. My recall is strictly because of dislike, people not getting along with their mayor. It's plenty of boards around the country, for that matter, that don't get along with their boards, but keep their seats for their terms of 4 years. So once this judge, go ahead, attorney.
The judge's order, prior to issuing his order, the judge stated on the record for all parties that he believed it was simply unfair, that Mayor Henyard ran for office. She ran for office with the expectation of a 4-year term, that this regulation rule that permitted a recall was not in place at the time, and she wasn't allowed to consider that. And he said that she was a young woman who should be given an opportunity to serve out her full term. And then he found the referendum questions, both of them, the mechanism and the question on the recall, void and unenforceable.
Yes. So that's what happened on the first court. Then the second court date, the Board of Trustees tried to go back and redo it. You could speak to the second court date.
So an appeal was filed by the board. The appellate court took no position on the substance of it, said it was too short of a time to permit briefing and oral argument. The appellate court said with regard to the sequestering of all the votes that the county clerk shall post an unofficial tally of the votes so that we know how people voted, but that they wouldn't be effective until further order of the court. So the votes essentially are just listed for public information. They are not effective. This has to be briefed over the summertime, and there'll be an oral argument in the appellate court in September.
Okay. So I just wanted you guys to get an understanding of what's going on in our village, what has happened, and why me and the Board of Trustees are at odds. You see that they all left, right? But they're here for you. This is the only meeting that we have in July, but they left their post. We get elected to do a job, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, whether it's hard or ugly. We're supposed to stand here and stand the course. So just know what you did elect. It is seats that will be up in September. So y'all make sure y'all remember those people so that you can remove them from office, how they tried to take your voice of 82% and take me out of office without your say-so. That's what they tried to do, guys. And I just wanted you to hear from the attorney what happened and what are our next step. So now I need you more than ever to take a stance with your mayor to make sure you tell the trustees that you will not stand for a recall and you will not have your mayor removed from office because you want her here. So next, let's talk about the real issues at hand. Everybody want to talk about money. but they ain't telling you this. They spent over $150,000 in counting. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get at $500,000 with Bert Olson's law